We are talking with the stars of Hardcore Pawn, a very popular show that's changed the business, it's fair to say.
Image of the business.
The image of the business, exactly. We're going to find out, in your opinion, what these items are that Jessica, our producer, brought in. Before we do that, though, what advice do you have for people when they come in to negotiate?
Well, one of the things that people have to understand is keep the emotion out of it. You know, I understand this is Grandma's piece, and she meant so much to me, and it was the last thing she left me. But when you're going to sell an item, that part of the deal isn't important.
Sure.
You know, it matters a lot.
For you, maybe.
Well, it matters to you, but you're going to come in and you're going to think Grandma's ring's worth a lot more because I love Grandma and she was very close to me. But when I sell it to somebody else, they don't care about Grandma. They only care about, am I getting value for the item that I'm bringing in?
So no sentimental.
Okay. Sentimental
doesn't have value.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at what's here in front of us. You had a chance to look some of this stuff over, and I saw you had your eyepiece out to look at it. Give us an estimate, if you will, as to what you think these are worth.
Okay, well, if we start off with, let's say, this diamond ring, it's a diamond ring and it has a marquee-shaped diamond. A marquee-shaped diamond is one of those diamonds that has the points on both sides. It's actually in 14-karat yellow gold. If you came to the, you know, there's different values. If you're going to your local jeweler, that has it in the mall, you're going to spend $995 on it. You come to the pawn shop, you're going to spend $195. So there's a big variable on the items.
So you shouldn't check what diamonds are selling for on the market that day?
You're not. How are you going to know?
There's a way.
Yeah, there's a way, but it's not like it's a 3-carat diamond that you're going to check on the value.
And there's manufacturing costs that go into that.
So how?
Are there items
that jewelry stores would charge you for that pawn shops really don't? It's basically metal and diamonds to us.
Are there items that you would run away from, you see immediately, and you go, you know what, I can't, like, this, I don't know if it's authentic, it's, you know, whether it's sports memorabilia and things like that?
We run away from very little. If it's just not real, then we're going to run away.
So like with sporting memorabilia, for instance, we want authenticity papers with it before we buy it because we have to resell it.
Sure.
What's the story on this?
This is a beautiful journey necklace. You know, a couple years ago, Journey, the journey of a lifetime, you know. These are smaller diamonds that look large in total. It's probably 1.5 carats total weight. This at your local jewelry store would probably be around $2,500. Come to the pawn shop, it's $1,000.
Okay. What was the ring, by the way? I missed that.
It was $195 at the pawn shop or $995 at your jeweler.
Okay. And this doll is...
doll.
All right.
This doll is porcelain.
Can you turn towards camera a little bit? So sure.
This is a really pretty porcelain doll, porcelain face. It's in great condition.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Worth about $50. I would increase the value if you had the original box.
Okay.
If you don't, the clothing's in good condition. It doesn't have an odor to it. So $50 is a fair price. Also, when you're at a pawn shop, you have to remember, don't be afraid to walk away. Because if one pawn shop doesn't offer you the price that you want, somebody else will.
Right. Would you ever if somebody walks away and you feel like you could have upped it, would you chase after them and say, you know what, I'll double it, I'll make it 100?
The deal's not done until the person leaves the parking lot, so there's plenty of times where we've
walked
gone
into the parking lot.
You have? Okay.
Yeah, we have.
All right. Can I, you have something else in your hand?
I do. This is one that I would run away from. It's a beautiful piece, but it's not real. You know, it's gold-plated. Well, I can see, you know, as I look at it with my loop, you see that the gold color's coming off.
Sure.
And this is tarnishing on top. Gold doesn't tarnish.
Okay. Can I, you had this under microscope.
Yeah. I did.
When we were in the commercial before. This is, I'll hold this up. What were you looking at and examining up close? It was something in this area.
That's the manufacturer. A lot of the swords from the Civil War were manufactured in Michigan. Because of the rust on this, I couldn't really tell, but it's got a date of 1860. If it was in really pristine condition, that sword could be worth in the $2,000 range.
Can you take it somewhere to get it in pristine condition?
Well, you could. The problem is because the rust has already taken off the name, you could probably Google it for the first few letters. When somebody buys an item like that, they want it to be like it was manufactured yesterday. I know it's, you know, it's 150 years old, but they're still looking for that. Same thing with the handle. You see that part of it is
starting to worn off.
Yes.
Is because it's weathered and because it looks the way it is, does that add value to it?
It adds value to somebody that's buying it just for a collection, but the real dealer, the real antique dealer, wants it in pristine condition. I wouldn't sand it down. I wouldn't get rid of any of the patina that's been put on it from aging.
What
for
would
so
you
many
give
years.
us for this?
$250.
200. How about 800?
Well, I'll tell you what. Since I like you, how about 200?
How about 800?
How about 200?
How about 800?
You did this last time. Do you not remember?
No,
Do you
you're not doing
I
it to me to say,
remember.
yeah. No.
Can you tell me real quick before we go to break what the porcelain cup and saucer would be?
Do you want me to do it? Okay, this is a beautiful hand painted. This is Blue Danube, made in Japan. Service for 6 would probably be a couple $100.
Yeah.
You know, if it was in Germany, if it was one of the German ones, if it was bone china from England,
Yeah.
would have much more value. If it said occupied Japan, which means it was before the war.
Yeah.
You know, or after.
You're like a historian as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
Hey,
sometimes.
you could-
sometimes
you
I
have to-
guess right.
Be the curator
That's
at,
right.
at a
Okay.
museum or something. Thank you guys so much. And
Thank you.
be sure to check out Hardcore Pawn. It's on True TV every Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the evening. Follow Les, Seth, and Ashley on Twitter, by the way, at Hardcore Pawn.